Episode 8. We did a little bit with oil last time, but now it's really time to start to ramp up production and get this stuff into the base. I mean, of course, the previous one was just to actually get some parts of the phases complete. This is going to be the point in time now that I have both packaging and, manufacturing, and probably most importantly, a monorail system to just ramp up production pretty much.
Do you have the second level pipelines so you can build your...
In fact, I do actually have that as well. Kind of an important part, given that all of my blueprints do end up using those. And really, it's just way more convenient not to have to split. It's already hard enough to work with liquids. Having it be as large as possible is just good sense.
Exactly. It's nice to kind of containerize that aspect, like not have to build it out every time, because every terrain is a little bit different, and it's just like if you if you build something slightly different, it's gonna turn out not to work, and it's just like, oh, why isn't this working? Well, you put the head lift a little bit too high, so it's all gonna be
I
broken,
almost always, and you're gonna see this as I actually start to do the proper part of the oil and really just liquids in general inside the factory itself. I'm going to be keeping most everything on the same level, totally flat, just to make sure that it's as easy as possible to work with.
Oh, I guess I'm surprised at how intuitive this is. I never really worked with the monorails, but yeah, that was like, you just kind of hook it together there.
It is, except for the times where it just does not want to hook together, which might be happening here, because, it's like it wants to do it in a very particular way. Actually, that was pretty smooth, all things considered. Okay, I spent like 10 plus minutes just sitting here being like, just do it. Just do the turn. Just do the turn.
I think they must share a bunch of assets. I don't know how game publishing works, but I know with Deep Rock Galactic, they have similar issues with the pipelines. Because some of the missions, you have to have, like, you have to pipe in gas from these wells and it's like, it uses some kind of spline algorithm, and it's just like, it's pretty touchy sometimes.
The funny thing is that gas actually works very easily in this engine because it doesn't have gravity affected, so it just can go pretty much anywhere.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's also realistic. That's how I believe. I believe that's actually how it works.
Let's start with this.
I think gas is mostly like, it's more just like diffusion and stuff is.
Okay, speaking of not having to worry about the head lift again, how do I want to do this? I want it to be kind of high up so that I can make a big platform, but I don't want it to be too high up so that, I can't actually, I have to go start putting in like valves. I think this should be good. These are 4 meters high. And the head lift is, I believe it just says
10 meters.
10 meters, right there. It allows fluid to be transported up 10 meters.
Usually it's 10 meters just across the board. There might be some where it's like a little bit different. I think maybe the pumps can go higher than that, because
you can get the pumps to go actually pretty high from what I remember. If I look at I
think the pipe actually does like 50, if I remember right.
Mark II is 50, which is huge, but that still wouldn't even get up to like the first floor of the factory, I think. We get up to the first floor of the factory, not the second floor though.
Right, so you're putting all your whatever you need to use, like pipelines for, you put that on the floor of the factory, basically.
It's gonna be run across the floor, but there's a specific way that I'm gonna end up doing it, and you will be seeing that hopefully pretty quickly, because as you can see, I think this will work. I think this will be a decent little platform.
You're not actually you're not piping things to the factory. You're actually packaging them.
Oh no, packaging. And you'll be seeing this very soon, is more efficient. Why is that? Well, here's the thing. A fluid transport thing, I can actually just go bring that up right now, considering I have all the materials and everything. If I were to... please face the correct direction. There. Okay, so if I were to... take a look at this. Can I... No, it just goes as a regular freight. But anyway, it tops off at about, I think, 2,400 cubic meters if you are hauling the oil by itself. But this has enough slots to accommodate 3,600 cubic meters if you package it.
What 2,400 per minute? Did you say?
No, just 2,400 in an entire freight train. Freight.
Oh, okay.
Cargo bit.
And then 3,600 in the the model.
If it's packaged, because it packages it at 1 meter per 1 cubic meter per package.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, speaking of which, bam.
Yeah.
Here's my cool packager blueprint, and this is going to be the one that basically you'll probably end up seeing this a lot because I'm going to be using it for pretty much everything. Let's start out though.
And that's just like refineries attached to like constructors.
It's packagers.
Oh,
we're not doing any refinement here. It's only packaging oil.
Oh, okay. But don't you have to build the package, the packages at some point? Like.
Yeah, but thankfully the packagers do recycle the packages, the packaging. It gives you back the empty containers.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I will be able to reuse that quite a bit. Now, as always, I want to. Whatever direction. Pretty much all of my blueprints. It's pretty simple. Face the area with the power poles near the thing. Front towards enemy.
Yeah, the enemy's gate is down. I mean,
that's the thing written on Claymore mines.
The thing with these buildings is that they're sometimes very ambiguous which direction they go, so you kind of have to have some heuristics to do that, or you have to become insanely familiar with all the buildings, which is not fun.
What I actually end up doing, for example, like this thing, you might notice that one of the struts there is actually missing one on the top. That's how I know which direction to have it face.
Okay, that's neat.
Like, yeah, right on the left there.
And like that usually doesn't matter, and if it does, you can just add it. So
yeah, I'll just add it if it's absolutely necessary. That is a lot of struts to be putting on to just begin with.
Yeah.
Package oil, baby. And yeah, I am gonna have to start making a whole bunch of packages. But honestly, what we can do is we can just go take a quick jump right over to the other area where I've already been. Creating a bunch of plastic, and I had to figure something out, basically.
Packaged oil, packaged gold.
Silver
Texas.
and packaged oil. I don't know where you were going with that. That's just trying to join in like that. I was trying to think
no, packaged tea. Well, yeah, I guess that works. Okay, kind of.
Actually, don't need all of the pipes here because, for example, the pipes on this side aren't actually going to be doing anything, but it's part of the blueprint anyway. Now, let me think here. So we're doing about 30 per minute. I can get a maximum, if I remember my other save file correctly, of 900. So do the math for me. It's easier to just have you do it.
900 times what?
Okay, 900 divided by 30.
30. It's just 30. It's 30 squared. 900 is 30 times 30.
Well, okay then. How many do I have wait, how many do I have in a single packaging pack? I don't remember. 4.
You said it was 1 meter per. One.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Meter per package.
Well, here's the thing. It's just like no, there is no thing. I lied.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to lie to you like that, but I wanted you to think that I knew what I was doing.
You mentioned that there's like a dozen oil wells, and they're all kind of in beach-like areas for the most part.
Yes.
I was just kind of thinking it's kind of like that movie about that beach that makes you oiled.
That makes you what?
That makes you oiled. The beach that makes you oiled. I haven't seen it. I think the movie's just called Oiled.
It's just, are we referencing the M. Night Shyamalan movie,
yes.
Old?
Yes.
I never saw that. 2, I'm fairly certain that has completely and totally vanished from the mind of the public.
Okay. Well, we can move on then.
No, I want to stay in here. Did you see that movie?
I have not seen it, no. I mean, I've heard it's good.
Wait,
people like
wait. It is?
I've heard it's decent. Like,
Because I'm sorry,
it, but
you just stated the premise, and it's a beach that makes you old.
well, it's a beach that makes you oiled. That was a little bit.
That's
of a
actually
misleading
most
trailer.
beaches in some ways, given the existence of sunscreen.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's a beach that makes you old, and I think that's it. I want to watch it at some point, but I don't know.
There's a phrase that people use, high concept, and I feel like maybe not since the movie Upside Down about two opposing planets connected by a single large building where people are upside down from each other, and one's the rich planet and one's the poor planet, that I've heard a more ludicrous premise for a movie.
Yeah, and one of the planets pours wine on itself. No, wait, that's not upside down. That's sideways. Sorry.
There is a point in the movie I remember where the character from the poor planet is on the rich planet, using like weighted clothing or something, and they pee, but because they're still from the poor planet, the pee goes up to the ceiling, where it actually triggers an alarm to show that poor people are there.
Wow, that's kind of on the nose. Like it doesn't sound like that's a trenchant satire of class struggle.
As it turns out, no, it wasn't a very good movie.
You know what is a good movie? Snowpiercer. Even though that's pretty much the same premise, it's the same
Apocalypse
same thing,
Train.
just done.
Okay. I want you to do a little bit of a compare contrast between these movies, then, please.
Well, there's literally it's set up by this eccentric billionaire in Snowpiercer. It's a train, and the front of the train essentially is where the rich people live, and they live in incredible, ridiculous luxury. And the people in the back of the train live in they eat like this gross protein thing, and they're just like that. That's all they get.
I love gross protein stuff. I talk about eating cheese all the time.
It didn't look as appealing as cheese.
I don't know. Does cheese normally actually look very appealing? Let's be real with ourselves.
I would say melted cheese is very.
Yeah, I actually got it. Anyway, yeah, I do need something to get. One has to be the oil, and one has to be the empty container, so they don't prevent me from doing things.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's talking about the game. Anyway, so where's the part where they pee and then the ceiling and the stuff?
I don't think they really have an analogy to that specific scene. I don't think there's a specific thing.
I feel like that's. Oh no, it's the piss cast again. It happened. I'm sorry, everybody.
I would say that there's nothing like.
One of these days, I'm gonna play Urge.
I mean, the problem is that Snowpiercer seems like it was written really well. So there's nothing like that. There's nothing like, they piss and then that's how they know there's poor people there. No, they all know that there's poor people and rich people and everyone.
That does not sound like the same thing then in that case.
Well, I mean,
it sounds like making a comparison between these two things is hideously inappropriate, given that
it sounds like your main connection to this movie is this piss scene, this upside down piss scene.
Mr. Firebird, he's the only reason you're interested in this movie because it's pee and you find pee hilarious. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
I think it's piss is just one of those inherently funny things, I think.
It's such a good word. Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. P.
That's all it takes. Really, that's all it takes. Just keep doing it.
I was just. It's funny because I was actually referencing the opening line.
With a rebel yell.
Okay, yeah.
Cry.
All right.
No, do it.
What do you want me to do?
I set you right up there so well. I can't believe you're not going to do it.
I don't remember the lyrics to Rebel.
In the midnight hour, it cried.
in the midnight hour, I can feel your power. It's like just like a prayer. I'm gonna.
Oh
take
my
you there.
God, this is you ruined this entire thing. I'm honestly shocked at how bad of a job you did there.
Wait, are you still talking to the game this time?
No, I'm talking to you on that one.
Okay, sorry. A little bit of inside baseball.
Tell me about the baseball that happens inside. Tell me about the baseball that happens upside down, which is actually, of course, not very well due to the fact that they are upside down. The poor ball goes over to the poor planet.
In the prior version of recording this, I was just like watching you put together the monorail, and you just kind of like nodding along with it, and you're like, you really do not want to do this, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like
the rail didn't want to connect in my defense.
No, it was once you explained it, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. You were like,
I told you, it takes sometimes it just takes like 10 minutes of getting these things to play nice with each other.
It's true.
Like, we have been doing this. Is now like day 3 of what is assuredly going to be another entire podcast talking about how you don't know the lyrics to Rebel Yell.
Well,
you cry more.
You know them. Why don't you sing it? You seem perfectly capable.
Because I'm doing this for my enjoyment. You're here to dance for me, monkey.
Oh, Billy Idol. So for some reason I thought this was a David Bowie song. Okay, I probably
really? I feel like that is 100% Billy Idol.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, now that you say it, yeah, I agree. But
well, William Idol is definitely all over that song.
Yeah. Let's see. So
you ever think it's gonna be like a collaboration between him and William Eyelash?
Who's Billy Mylash?
It's Millie Mylash. Hey, wait a second.
Okay,
Let me just jump directly out of this train. How did I not even notice this? I'm going to actually... You know, we are currently getting to the point in time that I want to start just overloading every single resource extractor that I possibly can. So that's like not even a bad thing to be grabbing these things if I possibly... If I just see them on my way through stuff.
Where do you typically focus the power slugs?
Resource extraction.
Okay,
or really expensive machines. We were talking last time about like how manufacturers are. And sometimes it's just hard to make a row of manufacturers. So
sometimes it's hard to even get the resources for that. Like just the raw material is kind of a pain to do that.
Yeah, it's the heavy modular frame. It's plastic. It's just annoying.
Yeah, so you just hope you have all that stuff in your inventory at a given time when you want to do the construction.
Yeah, especially it's like cubes are made slowly. We talked about that before. It is still very much true to this day. 24 hours later. Actually, not even 24 hours since we recorded the last episode.
So you have a dry ocean and an oil ocean.
No, it's oil ocean delivery and pickup so that I know what goes to what.
Yeah, but you said there was a specific. You said there was a place that you call like I call this like a dry ocean.
Oh yeah, the dry ocean is down here.
So you have
if
an
you
oil
start the
ocean.
game here, it's just like if you end up going in this direction, it sort of looks like the ocean with no water.
So there's 3 oils on your map, or at least on the map as you conceive of it. There's the main ocean, the world ocean that spans the whole.
Yeah,
map
there's the
that's
atoll.
outside.
There's the beach. There's the dry ocean. Now we got oil ocean, which is the name of a world in Sonic 2.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That you did mention that.
I told you, it's just like I like naming things after Sonic levels because I'm a nerd.
Really?
Yeah, I like Sonic.
Say more
also,
about that.
I don't like. Look, I know. I don't really talk about this a whole lot. I enjoy the Sonic franchise.
Yeah, I
think it's
I know
a number of high-quality games. All, well, many of which are worth. Okay, it's a very uneven, but there are some very high-quality entries in the franchise. Look, I can't even say that it's just like it's a very high-quality franchise.
It's pretty middling, but it's not bad. Definitely not bad.
There are some real standouts, though.
It's above average, I would say, but yeah.
I don't even at this point in time. I don't even know. There's been so many games.
Yeah. It's a little
Like, can we
bit.
even really say that when we are faced with literally hundreds of games in that franchise, many of which you probably never even heard of? You know, stuff like the say.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say.
But we had talked
Like
about
Mario
that
and Sonic
yesterday.
at the London Olympics 2008 or whatever. Yeah, I can do that real quick. I just need one more computer to create a thing. Although I do want to have like half these here. Okay, so what was the thing that I needed here right now? Because I've entirely forgotten.
Are you doing the oil stuff, right?
Yes. Oh,
So,
well, here, you know what? I think I'm remembering. I think I'm starting to remember. Remember.
Well, I remember.
And he said that it's like 30 by 30, right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yes, you did say
900
that. But
900 is 30 squared. Yeah, it's as
God, let's
Truman
just get
would call
4
it.
then. let's
It's a
not
square
make this
deal.
too difficult. Then currently I have a bunch of empty containers being in there. Yeah, and then I'm trying to remember. Like there's so many things that I want to do right now, and like I said, I can't really be too.
Can't be
I'm trying to
arsed.
do this in a decent amount of time if we're going to be on camera here. It's showtime, baby. We gotta give him something to talk about.
Yeah, it's
And that's
entertainment.
piss. Would
Is
you
Piss-
play Urge with me if I did end up playing that game?
I think we'd run out of things to say for Piss. I just feel like there's not this. I don't know if that's true for both of us, but I
Let's
feel like there's just.
unload.
How
I mean,
much
I'll
can-
just be
how
there
much can-
laughing.
How much can you really say about Piss? You're like a villain. It's like villainous laughter.
We'll give him something to piss about. Hook up.
Just you're gonna become the Weird Al of Piss.
I'm sure Weird Al has done something, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he actually keeps it
not
pretty
like-
clean, I suppose.
You're gonna become a PG-13 version of Weird Al.
So I can say fuck once. Oh man,
Yeah.
I gotta make that one a good one.
I wonder, are there any requirements like in the the MPAA ratings for Piss? Like, do they?
I
Can you
feel
get into
like
enough? Can you get into enough comic piss jiff to raise it up to an R? Like,
if I just like straight up, well, okay, no, if you see your dick, that's probably bad.
it's Jackass, but it's just about pissing, and they don't ever, they don't show any.
I'm now
genitalia.
okay. I wasn't sure about the last question. There is definitely a lot of pissing in Jackass.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I'm saying like you just take the piss parts of Jackass, and you cut it so
The
that there
piss
aren't
cut.
any. There's no nudity.
Release the piss cut.
Yeah.
We have to stop talking about piss. I can't bring this up in every single episode. At least not every single episode.
Well, people, they do be pissing, so it's one of those like you could have like a cut of 300 where everybody's just pissing. Like you think about it, like why don't they ever show?
No, I
anyone
can't.
doing it?
No, I was laughing too hard at that.
How did you survive that?
I'm surprised myself.
I think if you had fallen onto the ground instead of onto that cliff like 10 feet up, you would have died.
Oh, almost definitely. You just
like
started talking about piss and I lost control.
That's funny.
Anyway, well, all I need is a few, clearly as seen in the requirement over on the right side there. I just need a few things, so let's just replace these for right now. How many of these do I need to
Yeah.
replace?
Probably a lot. You've got a huge factory.
No, I don't. I'm not replacing. I'm replacing them to get the steel bars.
Oh,
Okay, that's actually enough. Because I have more. Because the funny thing is that I have more.
you just need to use them up. Yeah, that's a very common occurrence in this game. It's just.
Well, I didn't need to use them up.
actually-
I need to. get some bars because one of the few things that steel bars are actually used for in construction is packagers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's like I remember that because when I was doing the blueprint, I was wondering, it's just like, did I not get rid of all the conveyor belts? And the answer is yeah. It's just this is like the one building that uses steel beams. 30 per each. Anyway, now back to talking about piss.
Do you have the trains on like a schedule?
I mean, I'm going to eventually.
It's just that right now you're doing it manually as like a prototype.
Yeah, because there's no point in really having it on a schedule if I don't actually have anything to deliver just yet.
Yeah.
And besides, even if I did get oil over here, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. But these do move faster than even the Explorer, so you know. And
does the train speed go up as you make upgrades and stuff?
Yes. It's like, yeah, it actually uses more energy to go up like steep cliffs and everything, as well as slows down trying to do that. But you can see like I'm going downhill right now, and I'm actually at like 140 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that I'm on the straight path again, it's only down to 130.
For our American viewers, that's about 85 to
furlongs. Yes.
Yeah.
That's about 300 of the king's feet.
It's 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Wow, I can't believe that we made it.
Measurement jokes.
Okay. Yeah, what? Do you think we're above measurement jokes?
No. I don't think
I think that's probably some of the best content that you get here. Persona 5, the math and all that.
I don't even remember the math cast at all. Like
we've done several.
Oh my god.
There are several episodes that you could call Persona 5 the math, as well as 13 Sentinels the math.
I remember on the Discord, Alex had like made a
shout out to Alex. Hey.
Yeah. Alex had made a math channel, and it's just like
it's just you.
Yeah. She just eventually deleted it because it was just like it was the most ridiculous thing, and it was mostly just me. Yeah, I would just post math.
just chilling, math.
People would ask about their math homework, and I'd explain mathematical concepts.
That I don't actually know anything about math.
The latest video about math that I'm watching, I follow like 10 math, probably more.
There's
than 10.
quite a few out there. It's true.
20 math channels. Yeah, I follow most of them. Sometimes they just annoy me. Like, there's actual, like... You ever get that with, like,
not
a YouTube
advanced
channel?
enough math. Being too puerile with math. I don't need to know how many liters a human can piss per hour.
Yeah.
Which is actually probably not much, to be honest.
I mean, liters per hour. Do you piss... probably people piss about a liter per day, right?
If that. You know, there's always, like, people are always talking about, like, oh, I got to drink more water. I got to drink less coffee or whatever. It's just like, I never have that problem.
You're always drinking water?
I'm always be drinking. ABD, anti-lock brake system.
Okay. That's impressive.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
we got to have a little bit better bar for impressive.
I mean, I didn't sound impressed.
Like, oh, you're not impressed by how quickly I'm doing everything here. You are impressed by the amount of water that I drink in a day.
I mean, I'm mildly impressed by both, I would say.
I guess, suppose you can do more than one thing. It's true.
You can walk and chew gum.
Is that really the level of gameplay being experienced here? Comparable to how much water I drink in a day.
Like, it's amazing that you're able to chew gum and play Satisfactory.
Not like you, as we established in the last episode.
I could play Satisfactory and chew gum, but why would I?
Can you? No, it hasn't been an hour yet. We can't bring back that bit.
Yeah, give it another.
You gotta we gotta make sure it stays fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have it getting old yet. Certainly not.
Well, I mean, you've been spending a lot of time on this beach, so things are starting to get old. So
they're starting to get oiled.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I can't believe you forgot your own bit.
They are definitely starting to get crude.
Well, that's that's this entire series.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually hook these up. Kind of an important thing that you discover as you go through and figure out why things are not working at the maximum level of efficiency. That was also the wrong one to hook up. Come on, I have a very particular way that I wire everything here.
It has to be perfect.
In some ways, it does.
Yeah, I mean, it actually, especially with the fluid stuff, like that kind of has to be
Despite all
perfect.
my rage, I still need this to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's gotta be perfect in the park. How much do you remember from the previous episode? Let's just do a poll right now.
Yeah, I know we did that a lot, but I don't know where to go with it. Like, it has to be perfect. It has to not have flaws.
Thinking about the 4th of July. Nope. Try again.
It's funny because, like, when you do these kinds of lyric parodies, you start to... this is something you notice with...
I actually literally did that in the last episode, didn't I?
Yeah.
Fuck, there's my one fuck. Now, can't do any more. Keep 13.
Yeah.
Keep the...
It's upgraded to PG-13, but not necessarily to R if you can keep it clean for the rest of the stream.
I will.
The piss
it's
stream.
not a stream, it's a video.
No, I meant the piss stream.
Oh, fair enough.
I can't do that. I've got kidney issues.
Keep your piss clean.
There's large sediments of calcium oxalate in my piss.
Yeah, got those funky fresh piss stones. That's my new band, the Pistones.
The Pistones. That sounds like a doo-wop group.
I mean, it sounds like, some sort of bad punk band, like around the era of the Monks or something.
Dead Kennedys or something, yeah. Or it's like, I bet a band from the 50s was like, well, we're a car surf rock band. What if we called it the Pistons? And then somebody's like, yeah, but wouldn't we want to make like the Tones? Oh, the Pistones. Yeah, I agree. That's a great name. And then someone says like the Pistones, and then they say
and then they're like, well, thanks for just saying what the joke is. Yeah.
I don't think. I'm picturing them innocently thinking of that and not thinking of and they're like, oh, tee-hee, well, I'm glad we didn't actually name our band that.
This is the worst. I don't like this. I don't like these characters you've created. Send them to the Shadow Realm.
The all-American...
Do it!
I'm kind of picturing, like, the Beach Boys, like...
No, send them to the Shadow Realm. Oh, wrong one.
Okay, yeah, they're gone.
Wow, that easy? I want it to be a little bit cleaner than that, but it's fine.
You want it to be less crude, or you were talking to... I thought...
No, I wanted this episode to be cleaner than this.
Oh.
It's been actually, like, outrageously filthy.
Yeah, and we're not even to the 35-minute mark.
Nope, not yet. You can go and practice for you're yelling for 10 seconds.
35 is half of 69, by the way.
Is it?
As Steely Dan reminds us in My Old School.
That's a good track.
Yeah.
Never going back.
Never going back again.
Never going back. Never going back. Never going back.
Never going back. Never going back. Never going back. Never going back. Never going back. Whoa ho ho.
This is kind of an ugly way to do this, but you know what? This is not the main base, so people won't even remember that I did do this. I actually don't know. What's like the best way that I can go get back to the thing?
Shout out in the chat if you will remember this.
You'll rue the day that you have bad conveyor belts. Like what else am I gonna say here?
We're not even finishing the sentences. It's not even just that we're...
Yeah, we're just finishing each other's sentences. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, like an old married couple.
Like an old... like we were on the beach and we were a married couple.
like the married couple from Old.
From Oiled.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty much like that.
yeah.
Now I need to go get these all back in there. Oh my god.
He's making the
Should have
sequel.
made the processing floor a little bit closer, clearly.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm just kind of like zoning out, but
Wait,
I'm
what?
sure you know what you're
Really?
doing.
I feel like it's pretty self-evident. Like these truths. Peep these truths.
we hold PP truths to be self-evident.
Oh, don't say PP truths.
All right. This is going off the rails. I know you have the monorail there, but
It's staying very well on the monorail, if I do say so myself, and I do.
Now, what is your goal right now? You're just trying to get the packaging stuff to work, like the packaging or the refining?
All of this that I am creating, all of this, everything the sun touches, is going to be going back to the factory.
Okay.
And then I will create.
Everything the sun touches. Is that a Yertle the Turtle reference?
That's a reference to the Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I was gonna say, like, that sounds like a description of a kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like lions. Because it's from the Lion King, the king of lions.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, just like